Hey guys, how you doing? This is Manga Section. I'm here today to bring a review for One Piece Manga Chapter 869. Now, I want to talk about everything that happened with this guy. I can't remember. Have you been told his name? I don't even know. But the guy who was basically trying to steal the tea box from Big Mom. First thing I want to say is man's brave. To be trying to steal from Big Mom. Yes, he's also smart because yeah, you can see the ruckus that's going on, and it is possibly the best time to try to steal something from her. But yeah, he's still brave on the other hand. But we see him manage to actually undo the locks or the rope, whatever that was tied on the box. And just as he's about to open it, because of the ruckus going on, I don't know, like ground must have elevated or whatever, and basically it went out the window. And now I'm assuming that this is going to end up on the edge of the island. And as I was preparing to just record this, a thought occurred to me and how why it had to end up out the window and on the edge of the island. We know at some point they're going to figure out a way to get away from Big Mom and escape Whole Cake Island. We don't know if there's going to be deaths or casualties on the way, and that's hinting to something else happening in later bits of the chapter. But we know that Luffy, Nami, Chopper, Brook are getting away because they are solid straw hats, and we know the straw hats need to make it through the whole journey. But basically, what I'm getting at is that when they get away from this room and when they get to the edges, towards the edges of the island, what I'm thinking is going to happen is that Big Mom is going to see the box and she'll be like, oh my gosh, how did this get out here? Go over to the box, say, you guys take care of the rest, sons and daughters, you guys take care of the rest. Then she's going to open the box to check if the context of it is still in there. Boom, explosion. When that explosion takes off, all her sons and daughters will be like, whoa, 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 Mom's, you're right. Rush over there, see if she's all right. I don't know if this is going to affect her. I don't know if she's going to be KO off this. I don't know, but that will be their chance to get away, and that's possibly how they escape Big Man Island at its final steps. So that's what I think we're showing that within this chapter. So I'm going to just go through my thought processes for the rest of the chapter, and I can't remember if this is in order, but was my thought process. This is when these things happened. So we see Dogtooth get Brewery back. So when that happened, I was like, wow, okay. So the easiest escape route has now been taken from them. We know that they was going to use the mirrors, but now they can't do that because Brewery's been taken away. When I saw them just taking members of Straw Hats, I think Chopper was taken, I think Nami was on the verges of getting taken as well. I was thinking, okay, oh my gosh, this is interesting. If they do manage to take these guys away, it will make and take them as hostages, it will make things more interesting than it's already going to be. So I was like, all right, cool, that's pretty interesting. Let's see where they're going with this. And then I think this is where we get the bit with Sanji, and he just signs and he says, come on, come on, you gotta go. So what Sanji basically does in that bit of the chapter is he just says it all silently, and he's like, this ain't the time to argue. Yes, we have our differences, but we are going to survive this. If we're gonna get out here alive, we need to work together. That event smoke agreed to this, so they're on board to help him for the meantime. They had a little killer kill Sailor Moon type vibe transformation, which I think will be cool animated, and especially if it gets an look like its own original OST and not just sound effects thrown in there. Then that's gonna be cool to see animated. And the reason why I say Sailor Moon and Killer Kill because I think Sailor Moon was the first to do it, the whole Transformer thing with the little glistening and that. And the reason why I said Killer Kill is because I can't remember who it was, but it was one of the guys, and they were like that. And I just recently rewatched Killer Kill, and that was a big thing for when when they were transforming with the Goku uniforms in Killer Kill. So that's why I mentioned that as well. So they're on board to help, and they help free the Straw Hats that were going to get captured. So they're all in this fortress now. We learn about I think it's called Big Daddy. Big Daddy. Yeah, so they're all in this fortress now. We just learned that this is an extension of the ability. we learn that it's basically, he says that it's basically him, and if that fortress goes down, that means he is dead. So we find that out, and during the end pieces of the chapter, they're just in trouble. Basically, they're just in some serious trouble. The weapons in the fortress can't be used. It can't move because it's been trapped. So they're just in big, big trouble, and it really seemed like Capone was the only one freaking out, really. Like, Sanji was calm and, was taking things seriously. Luffy was being Luffy, but Capone seemed to be the only one just like freaking out about the situation at hand. And at the end of the chapter, Big Mom comes back to her senses and she's like, yo, Capone, fam, did you try to betray me? And she's just going on a rampage trying to get to him. And it was during this time Capone starts to bleed out and he's telling everyone, get out, you need to get out of me now. So it just goes back to what I was saying earlier in the review, I think, is everybody going to make it out of this arc alive? Could Capone possibly die? And now I don't want him to, because I'm starting to like him a bit more. And yeah, but it's a thought that came to my mind. Why else would he be telling him to get out? So that's the kind of thinking I'm going to. We also learn that while they're in the fortress as well, that this is the first time that Capone's plans has failed. He said that he took it. He said this was a year plan and it failed. So was this Capone underestimating Yonko, or was it just that Yonkos are just that great? And like, he's not ready to be messing with Yonko kind of vibe. I'm gonna go with a mixture of a bit of both. Actually, do you know what I really do think it is? I think that is because he planned it so well. Actually, do you know what, I'm gonna blame Luffy. I'm gonna blame Luffy. It's because he took Luffy on board, and yeah, because he was part of the plan. That's why the plan didn't go well. So I'm gonna blame Luffy. Why do you think Capone's plan never worked out? But anyway, because of the excitement of this chapter and just the thought processes and the change in the major, like the thought processes I went through as I was reading the chapter and just thinking about things to come. I'm giving it a 4-star rating according to the review. Like always, guys, I must get for your thoughts and opinions. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. But most importantly, take care. Have a nice day.